It has been a bit of driving for me over the last couple of days. Like, today is Super Bowl Sunday, actually. Who's playing? The Eagles and the Chiefs, I think? Or the Seahawks and the Chiefs? I'm not sure. My godson was really excited about it, and they had cookies for his mom's work, so I knew it was like some type of bird on it, but I don't really care for sports too much. I just really wanted to see who's gonna win or who's performing at halftime, so I really want to see the halftime show. But I'm driving back home right now from Vegas, which is a 5-hour drive. I drove to Vegas last night, so that was another 5 hours, so total 10 hours in the last 10 hours in the last 24 hours driving, so that's not too bad. And then Friday I drove to LA, so that's 3.5 hours there and 3.5 hours back, so that's 7 hours of driving on Friday. And on Thursday I had a dentist appointment in San Francisco, so that was 3 hours driving north and 3 hours driving back, so it's 6 hours on Thursday, 7 hours on Friday, and then 10 hours this weekend. So how many is that? 7 plus 6 is 13 plus 10, so 23 hours driving in the last 48 hours. So it's like I've been moving. But it was for work, and I knew moving to a rural part of California, like Central California, that I was gonna be having to commute a lot more and not like flying. So I was already prepared for that. It's just this is the first time like I'm really able to, like, I'm really fortunate for my mom, because she's watching my dogs right now, and this month I'm gonna have to go back to LA. I have another shoot with the long awaited shoot with Dredd. Everybody's been asking for that. Everybody's been wanting a shoot with Dredd. So that shoot is the 16th. Then I have another shoot on the 20th or 22nd, something like that. So it'll be 2 more trips to LA, and then I have another trip to San Francisco to get my crown put on, because I only have a temporary crown right now. That'll be on the 26th of the month, and then back to Vegas on the 28th. So this month is like boom, like back, forth. So I'm gonna be in LA a lot this month. I'm gonna be in Vegas a lot this month, putting a lot of miles on my car. I have to get my oil changed for sure. So that's been like the biggest thing going on with me this weekend, is because I'm finally over the flu, and I took almost a week, maybe 2 weeks off because of the flu. So I have a lot of catching up to do. I have a lot of people to follow up on and get, some edits that I like need, and things like getting back to work. And I had, at the beginning of the year, I wrote out my schedule, like, this is what it's going to be for January, this is going to be, the camming, the private schedule, all of that. And in January, I did not do such a good job at following it. It was there for reference, and I think sometimes it takes some practice getting into stuff, changing your routine, and I'm glad it was there so I could notice how much I wasn't doing the routine that I want, and not so much like just day-to-day at home. But like I traveled a lot in January. I wasn't supposed to go to the convention, and I did. I wasn't supposed to shoot in January, and I did. So things like that, I'm like, now I know for February, like hopefully maybe March. Well, and even March I said I wasn't gonna do too much, and now in March I have I'm really, really excited to go to San Antonio. I don't know how many people I've told about this so far, but there's a magazine that reached out to me. It's a women-owned, women-shot, women everything. Like, they do everything for the magazine. And they reached out to me at the convention and said, could I apply to be a model? So I applied. They accepted my application for, you know, they said, we like what you put in, and could I make it for their volume 9? And so I'm going to be shot in San Antonio for their volume 9. I'm not exactly sure when volume 9 will come out, but I'm thinking before the summer if we're shooting in March. So hopefully April. So that's really, really exciting for me. But again, that's traveling when I said I wasn't going to travel. And then I'm going to Atlanta at the end of March, and then Florida right after. I might just rent a car and drive from Atlanta to just do a round trip ticket instead of doing like a one way kind of thing, because I don't mind the drive. And I think it's where I'm going is called Tampa, and I don't know how far. Do you guys know, is Tampa that far from Atlanta? Is it drivable? Like, would it be worth the drive? I just don't really want to. My figuring is always the airport takes at least 2 hours to be at the airport, you know, to get through all the ins and outs of like Ubering to the airport, getting through security, getting to your gate, waiting for your gate to get on, boarding. Just the airport part of it itself is 2 hours, and then your flight. So I figure if the flight plus that 2 hours at the airport is less than what I would do driving. So say it's a 3-hour flight, and then you're gonna spend 2 hours dealing with the airport. It's like, that's 5 hours. You might as well just drive if it's a 5-hour drive. Or, you know, a 1-hour flight, 2 hours at the airport, and it's only a 3-hour drive. You might as well drive, type of deal. Because I would rather bring like my stuff and be comfortable than pay the baggage fees and do all of that. Like, So I don't know if that's the same for everybody, but they be taxing for bags, like $60 for a bag, like, and the carry-on or whatever. So when I try to figure my trips, I'm like, how much is a rental car versus flying, plus the bags, plus, you know, the time, everything. So, and then you gotta Uber to the airport. All of that be costing money. I just try to do like the least headache. So my travel math is like cost plus or minus headache plus equals. I'm like, that's it. So that's pretty much how it's been for the last couple of days. I'm on my way home now. Well, I'm actually on my way to Costco right now to go pick up some glasses, because the Costco is already an hour from my house, and if I drive to Costco, it adds 15 minutes to this road trip. And does that make sense? Like, Like, it'd be a 5-hour drive to my house, or 5-hour and 15-minute drive to Costco, then to my house. But if I just go straight to my house and then later in the week have to go to Costco, it's gonna be